Hey, boys and girls, welcome to day 7 review. So pretty much today what we're going to do is we are going to learn how to use arrays to multiply, because remember on yesterday we were learning how to use number lines and we were also learning how to use equal groups. So now today we're going to use arrays. So we're going to learn how to use arrays to multiply as well as multiplying in any order. I wonder if that sounds familiar when I multiply something in a different order. It sounds like a property that we learned about, a multiplication property. Can't wait to find out more. But before we get started with that, let's go ahead and cover our problem of the day. All right, so let's take a look. What rule do the numbers in the highlighted column follow? What are the rules in the highlighted column? What rule do the numbers in the highlighted column follow? So if we take a look, I'm looking very carefully right now. I want to go ahead and get my pen ready. So it's showing us A, add 7, B, add 14, C, add 1, or D, add 63. So let's see. The highlighted column is showing me 7s. So I'm going to go ahead and circle the 7. Now let's see if there's anything else I need to observe or notice. No, not really, but let's see. What does it look like it's doing as it goes down to the next number? We're adding something, we're increasing. That's right, I heard some of you say increase. We're increasing. So I know some of y'all want to shout out the answer right now. So if we're in the 7s row and it starts at 0 and then we add 7 to get 7, so how do we get to 14? What do we add to get to 14? What do we add to get to 21? Hold on. Okay, yeah. What about 28? That's right. So what do we keep adding? 7s. So let's look at our choices. A, add 7. That's our maybe. Put our question mark right next to it. B, add 14. So we go from 0 to 14. No. Cross it out. C, add 1. No, that doesn't make any sense. D, add 63. Whoa. No, definitely no. Doesn't make any sense. So what's our correct answer? A. So pretty much we added 7 each time. Very good. Let's go ahead and move on to our day 7 lesson. Use arrays to multiply. So you know how much I love arrays, guys. I pretty much use arrays all the time. If I'm not using an array, then I'm definitely using an equal group. But let's go ahead and do a quick review about arrays, shall we? So put 24 counters into equal groups and draw your model. So if you take a look right here, I've already done it because, I just wanted to kind of get this out the way. Now, if you need to go ahead and pause so you can draw your equal rows right now, that's fine. Or you might decide you want to do a different one. But if we take a look right here, I see how many rows? How many rows do you see? 2 rows, very good. 2 rows of what? How many are in each row? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 2 rows of 12. So what should that look like? What should that equation look like? 2 times 12 equals what? That's right, 24. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know, doesn't look very good. You know how I am. Perfectionist Miss Green, could care less right now. Okay, so now the second one is asking us to put 24 counters into a different number of equal rows. Draw your model. So pretty much, what does it look like that you see right here? How many rows? 3 rows, that's right, 3 rows. So how many are in each row? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what should that equation look like? 3 times 8. 3 times 8. And what does 3 times 8 equal? 24. That's right. 3 times 8 equals 24. So let's go ahead. It says compare your models. How are the models the same? Well, they're the same because we divided them into equal rows and columns, right? So how are they different? Well, we did 2 times 12 equals 24 at the top, and 3 times 8 equals 24 at the bottom. Now, how about you? What did you do? Not bad. And it equals 24? Awesome. Good job. Let's go ahead and move on. So now we're moving on to our think and grow with multiplication and arrays. So an array, let's remember what an array is. An array is a group of objects organized into rows and columns. Each row has the same number of objects. For example, how many counters are there in all? So if we take a look right here in the example that's provided to us, I see 2 rows and 7 columns. So it's showing me a repeated addition equation right here, as well as a multiplication equation right here. So 7 plus 7. What is 7 plus 7? Very good. 7 plus 7 equals 14. That's right. And for the multiplication equation, what is 2 times 7? 2 times 7 equals 14. Very good. And see what they did right here? I like how they pointed that out for us. Just like before when we were talking about the equal groups. So our number of rows, 2 rows, the number that are in each row, 7 in each row. So that's what we call the columns. And then what is our total amount? 14. Very good. Now let's do our show and grow. Let's see what you can do. How many counters are there in all? So if I take a look, what should I count my first? My rows or my columns? I like to count my rows first. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will have 5 rows right here. Very good. And how many columns? Let's see how many are in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for columns, I'm going to write 4. Very good. Now, got this repeated addition thing again. What should that look like? I should just do, that's right, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So why did I do that many 4s? Because how many are there? 5 rows of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 4 is, and 16 plus 4 is 20. So our sum, I apologize, is 20. So what should this look like? Blank times blank equals blank. No, we can't do 4s because remember, the 4s are our columns. So we have to go by the rows. So how many rows do we have? 5 rows of how many? 4. 5 rows of 4. And so 5 times 4 gives us the product of 20. Very good. Let's go ahead. Draw an array to multiply 6 times 3. So you know how I like to draw my arrays, X's. So I'm going to use my finger on this one so it doesn't take as long. So let's see, did I do the right amount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in this row, and then I need to do 3, 6 and 3. So does that mean I add 3 right here. So I need to do 1, 2, 3. No, that's right. I got to erase that last one or I'm going to get really confused. So I'm going to go ahead and erase it. Thank you for telling me to fix that. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? All right. So I have my 6 rows of 3, okay? And all we did was just add 2 more to make 3 on this one row. So now I can go ahead and fill in the remainder. Okay, so let's take a look. I've got 6 rows of 3. And how many are in each column? There's 6 in each column. So what is that going to look like? 6 times 3 equals what? You can always count by threes. Got a friend who loves to count by threes. Threes, 6, 9. What's after that? 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. And what is 15 plus 3? 18. That's right. So what is 6 times 3? Very good. 6 times 3 equals 18. All right, so now we're going to do the apply and grow. Let's see what you know. Draw an array to multiply. So this one's asking us to do 4 times 8 for number 3. So I'm going to do 4 rows. And then how many in each row? 8. Very good. 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So let's go ahead and fill in the rest of them. One more row. Uh-oh, gotta be careful. All right, so if I count all these up together, if I count by 8s, remember we should know our 8's multiplication facts. So I have 8, 16. What's 16 plus 8? 24. What's next? 32. Very good. All right, so what is 4 times 8? 32. Now, I know how some of us get. We don't like to show our work. But boys and girls, how do we make sure our answers are correct? We do what? Show our work. So at this time, I want you to go ahead, do the remainder of this page. So go ahead and pause and let's see what you get. All right, welcome back. So I'm guessing you did all this work. Good for you. What's 3 times 9? 27. Good. What's 7 times 3? 21. And what's 6 times 5? That's right, 30. Now I really hope you've got all your work on all these questions because you know how I feel about that. We show our work in math. All right, so now I'm going to assist you with this last one. Think and Grow, modeling real life. So I like these questions because they model real world problems. And what they also do is give us word problems to figure out the answers. So it says a phone has 6 rows of apps with 4 apps in each row. How many apps are on the phone? So what's Miss Green gonna do? That's right, I'm gonna draw some X's. So how many rows should I do? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many apps are going to go in each row? That's right, 4. 1, 2, 3. Because remember, if I add one more, that's not going to make 4 in the row. It's going to make 5. So I have to start counting at this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of course I fill in the rest. Sometimes my X's look like X's and sometimes they just look like, I don't know, something weird. All right, so there go my X's. So if I take a close look, what is the equation that I can get from this? 6 rows of apps with 4 apps in each row. So 6 times 4 equals, that's right, 24. All right, so there are how many apps on the phone? 24 apps. Man, person's got a lot of gigabytes to save all those apps on there. Hope they use all of them too. All right, so I want you to go ahead and keep working. Go ahead and solve the remainder of this page. Pause this video and come back when you're ready. All right, welcome back. Now we're going to multiply in any order. So if we take a look, write the multiplication equation for the array, turn your paper, and write the equation for the array. So the array that I'm looking at, we just learned about this. So rows and columns, what do you see? How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So what should be my first one? 5. 5, and how many are in each row? 1, 2, 3. So 5 times 3. Oh, we should know that one. 5 times 3. What's 5 times 3? Don't you count with your fingers. Put your fingers down. What's 5 times 3? 15. That's right. So go ahead and put 5 times 3 equals 15. Now, if I look this way, because it's telling me to turn the paper, but I can't really do that, so maybe I should turn my head, right? No, that's okay. So if I turn it and make it flip, and I know you guys are able to turn your paper, so just turn your paper at this time. So now how many rows do you see? See 3 rows, very good. And how many are in each row? 5. Okay, so what is 3 times 5? Didn't I tell you to put those fingers down? So 3 times 5 equals what? 15. Good. So 3 times 5 equals 15. I was telling you about that multiplication property earlier. It looks like a really familiar multiplication property. So compare the equations. How are they the same? What are the numbers that they keep using? 5s, 3, and 15, right? But what's different? What did they do differently? That's right, they switched it. What did they switch? The factors. Very good. So let's move on into our lesson because we're going to remind ourselves about multiplication just like that. Factors. So think and grow commutative property. I forgot what that was. So the commutative property, which one is the commutative property? Because you know there's a commutative property, there's the distributive property, and then there's the associative property. So which property is the one where the factors, they flip? The switcheroo, very good. So in a multiplication equation, the numbers that are multiplied are called factors. So we take a look at this right here, factors. And the answer is called the product. Very good. So the commutative property, the switcheroo, changing the order of factors does not change the product. So it doesn't matter which order we solve them in, we will still get the same product, still get the same answers. So complete the statements. We have 3 rows of what right here? So we see the 3 rows and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 rows of 4. So what is 3 times 4? Didn't I tell you to put those fingers down? Okay, 3 times 4 is what? 12. All right. But wait a minute. If we take a closer look, all they did was just flip the array. So now I see how many rows? 4 rows. And how many in each row? 3. 4 rows of 3. So 4 times 3 equals, if you put that finger up one more time, you know Put that finger down. So 4 times 3 equals 12. So 3 times, which one are we missing? 4 or 3? We're missing the 4. 3 times 4 equals 4 times 3. Very good. Is this called an equation or an expression? That's right. It's an equation because it has a what? Equal sign. And remember, both sides of the equation have to be equal. Good job. So let's move on. Show and grow. Show me what you know. So complete the statements. So it's asking us for the rows of and the rows of over here. So if I take a look, how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So we're going to do 5 rows. And how many are in each row? 1, 2. So 5 rows of 2. Good. So what does that mean? What's my equation going to look like? 5 times 2 equals 10. Good job. All right. So if we come over here, it's showing me the same array. All they did was switch or flip it. So how many rows do I have now? 1, 2. 2 rows. And how many in each row? 5. 2 rows of 5. So what should that look like? 2 times 5 equals 10. Very good. So what do I write for this side? 5 times 2. And what do I write over here? That's right. 2 times 5. So 5 times 2 equals 2 times 5. So draw an array to show the commutative property of multiplication. Complete the statements. So how many rows do we see right here? 1, 2. So I'm going to write 2 times what? Let's see how many are in each row. 1, 2, 3. So 2 times 3. 2 times 3 equals, you better know that one. 2 times 3 equals 6. That's right. Okay, so if I switch the factors or if I flip this array, that means I'm going to see 3 times 2. What is 3 times 2? 3 times 2 equals 6. So therefore, 2 times 3 equals what? That's right, 3 times 2. So both of these equations are going to give us the product of 6. Now let's try our apply and grow. So draw an array to show the commutative property of multiplication. Complete the statements. So I'm going to assist you with number 3 only. So if we take a look at question number 3, how many rows do you see? Nope, it's not a trick question. I'm serious. How many rows do you see? I only see 1. How many do you see? Exactly. There's 1 row. So I want you to go ahead and put 1. Now, how many do we see in each row? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 1 times 4. What's 1 times 4? You better know that answer. I only see how many up there? 4. So 1 times 4 equals 4. Now, if I flip this array, what does that look like then? That's right. I'm going to have 4 rows. And 1 in that row. So what is 4 times 1 again? 4. Ooh, that does not look like a 4. Let's try that again. 4 times 1 equals 4. So 1 times 4 equals 4 times 1. All right, at this time, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and keep working. Pause this video, and I want you to continue working on your own. All right. Welcome back. Let's move on. So think and grow, modeling real life. So once again, remember, modeling real life means we're doing real world problems. So what is the real world problem that we are working on today? So it's showing us your friends make 7 rows of 6 stickers. You want to put the same number of stickers into 6 rows. How many stickers do you put in each row? Explain. So if I take a look, 7 rows of 6 stickers, that means I'm going to do what? 7 times 6. 7 times 6. All right? But it says you want to put the same number of stickers into 6 rows. So what is that going to look like? If I do 7 times 6, then what is the other way I can do it? 6 times 7. That's right. 6 times 7. So now what we need to do is we need to draw this to find out how many rows of, not how many rows, how many stickers are in each row. If we put 7 times 6, then, and we switched it, 6 times 7, so how many stickers are going to go in each row if we had 6 rows? That's right, 7. So I want you to write your thinking down there. Explain your reasoning. You know, I love it when you do that. I want you to explain your reasoning. How did we get 7? What did we do? We did what? Switch those words. I can't say those words because then I'm giving you the answer. So the 7 and the 6, what are those called in a multiplication equation? And if you need to know what it is, you just got to flip back a couple of pages and you'll see the answer, but you should already know that answer. I'll give you a hint. It starts with an F. All right. Now I want you to go ahead, continue answering the remaining questions on this page. So pause me and I'll see you when you get back. All right, boys and girls, it is that very special time where you move on to Dreambox. So at this time, go ahead into Dreambox. Remember, you have an assignment in Dreambox where you are to practice on your multiplication. All right, take care. This is day 7. Bye.